Hi, I'm Rainbow Abegg. Welcome back to my channel. If you're family and if you're new, thanks for joining me. We're going to tackle an interesting topic today. A client asked me, can other people make you happy? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Do other people actually make us happy? We often give other people credit for our well-being. And often we also blame other people for that which when we're triggered or we're just not in a good place. So he makes me so mad, she makes me feel so inadequate, whatever the language goes. Also, oh, he makes me feel so happy, he makes me feel so in love, and we often outsource that to other people. The truth is, it's great to work on yourself. We all have a lot of life experiences that give us trauma, beliefs, insecurities. So working on yourself is paramount. But also it's relationships where we really learn and grow and expand. But do other people really have control over you? We're going to talk about that today. We're all systems within. We have a biological system, we have an emotional system, we all have a resonance, we all have a certain vibration and frequency. We definitely are influences for each other. But does someone else actually have the control over your emotional essence, the way you feel, or is that something that's from within yourself? So we're a system, we influence each other, but you're a system also unique and divine unto yourself. The more you understand that, you'll be able to influence your own journey where other people are not going to be able to control, manipulate, and make you feel anything. You are divine light. In the very center of every cell in your body, there is source energy. So within your own divinity, you have this ability to create and to feel. As we're having experiences with other people, it can mirror to us where we're at. Now, obviously, the more you are aware of yourself and you know yourself, you're going to allow what you believe. So if you bring someone into your experience that gives you pain and suffering, I would guide you to look within, where is your belief system aligned with that kind of pain and suffering? So you attract in, you create for yourself the very thing that you might want to heal, to look at, and then you can decide, do different people actually belong in your experience? Or maybe sometimes it's time to move forward. And you have that within the very essence of your being. You've always got to take responsibility for yourself. Let's say you're a very generous person and you're a very giving person, and here you are maybe slathering all this love on someone else, and maybe their belief and value system is, I don't accept charity. Now you've just offended that person. There's no way you can go through life really finding your own happiness, your value, your worth, if everything is always outside of yourself. You have to learn yourself, your own boundaries, the things you need to heal, what makes you tick. And the more you align with that and you're honest to that and you're responsible to yourself, you'll find that the forces outside of yourself have far less ability to control what you're experiencing on the inside. So I know that some people feel like they prefer isolation or more time alone, and there's no judgment on that. We're all designed differently. But generally, people are best suited in situations where they're engaging with other people. We're social creatures, in other words. But the trick is not to make other people your source, not to give other people this full power over you so that they can influence your mood, your day, your experience. So in other words, that barometer can become outside of yourself, and we want to get it back inside of ourselves. Now, children are a little bit different. Humans are born more dependent than almost any animal. And children actually do need to have that healthy dependency and get their needs met. And I very much believe in trust-based parenting and compassion with children and giving them that positive grounding and solid understanding where they feel like they have a foundation under them. So children are actually do need that positive mirroring and parenting. And of course, not everybody gets that in their childhood. And that can become your work to reparent yourself so that you are not constantly outsourcing. So children, they do need other people. That as adults, we need to have a clear understanding of ourselves, repair anything that's gone wrong from the past so that we can live very present, which actually will help to create the future in a more balanced, aligned way. What has been your influence throughout your life? Let's say you had a father that hit your mother, and yet they were married, or they spoke about I love you to each other. So as a little child, you learn this conditioning that love is actually painful. So you could equate that love and pain being the way it works. That's the conditioning. That's the program set up that you then will run on until you challenge the system, which again is how you're identifying with life, with experiences, with people, relationships. It's very disempowering to believe that everything outside of yourself controls you on the inside. To get empowered on the inside means you know you actually have an influence over your own emotional reserves. When you have standards for yourself, and a lot of this is progressive, you don't have to know it all today. Life is about growth. Relationships help us to grow. But when you can identify your own standards, your own beliefs for what creates that happiness or that discord, what are you tolerating that's making your life intolerable? And why are you doing that? You may not be able to know all the answers. And that's why sometimes it's good to work with someone outside of yourself. So you don't feel maybe that you're able to connect all the dots, but you can certainly look at what's outside of yourself to get a clue on what's going inside of yourself. So what are your standards? What are your standards for what kind of people get to be close to you? How do they treat you? That's going to be your barometer for your happiness. That when you call in people that are supportive and powerful and aligned with your own value system and your standards, not that you're going to have perfect relationships, but you're going to have a much better shot at feeling that peace and joy because you actually require it. When my children were small, we had this game called the matching game. So you turn everything upside down where you couldn't see it, and then you could flip different pieces. When you found the pieces that matched, you got to pair them up, and that would give you points. A lot of people are playing the matching game, but they're creating a lot of mismatches. They're putting things together that don't actually work for them. So I want you to look at where you're mismatched in your life. It could be a job. It could even be a pet you've taken on. It could be a relationship. It could be in the relationship with yourself. And you can check out some of my other videos on relationship. I have those that target those different topics. So what is your mismatch? That's going to be a clue. And I like to give you easy clues because most people will know where they feel a mismatch. And then when you play the matching game, what would actually match you? What is it that you want? And then when those become your requirements, you'll find that you may experience what seems like this other person makes me happy. And it's awesome that they get the credit for that because the right people are going to show up and they are going to be learning you and wanting to create with you. So a match actually will say, oh, let me get that for you. Or they want to create for you. They want to bring into your life because they're a match to it. We're not going to be perfectly matched, but you want to get that stacked in your favor so that that match is working on your behalf. If you've got a mismatch, where are you not basically aligned within? It's a little bit of a homework for you. Play the matching game. See where you're matched, see where you're mismatched. Life is meant to be joyful. And when we show up to create happiness for other people, that's still an intention that comes through us. And all you can really do is be that mirror of reflection in how you understand that, create that brightest light for yourself and share with other people, and then draw that in. Every relationship in your life will teach you something. What is the growth that you're going to gain from all the relationships that show up for you? I would also say to you, don't be afraid to be patient. When you know what your matching game is, when you know what clarifies for you, and you have those standards set, then trust the universe. Trust that those good things are coming into your life, that you'll be able to identify with them and recognize them and receive them. So don't afraid to be patient. Know yourself, be true to that. And then when you meet someone and it falls together, and it could be a job or a pet or whatever the experience, you're going to say, "You make me so happy." And giving that person that abundant appreciation and flow to them actually is connected with you. It was in you all along, and you've been able to find and align with yourself enough that you can experience that through that other person. And that's when you know you're a match to yourself. Your life will start to match up, and you can match up with another person. So can other people make you happy? That depends on you and where your alignment is. So get aligned, play the matching game with yourself, try these tips and tricks, and please leave some comments to me on what worked, where you still feel like you're in struggle, and let's tackle some of those things, and let's share our successes as well. Thank you for showing up today and supporting my channel. That actually makes me feel happy. And please like, share, and subscribe. Add to the channel. Let me know how I can increase the value for you so that you too can feel happy. Have a great day. Blessings.